Hi again, Karen Holton with Zen Domes Orgonite. If you haven't done so already, please do go back and watch the other videos in this series. The first one is about how orgone generators work and what they can do for you. Take a look at the science behind how orgone generators work, how they attract and transform energy into healthier states. The second video I've made is about shapes and shapes and symbols. So the shape of the orgone and the symbols included on it have an effect on how the orgone is then structured. The third video is about quantum entanglement, and that's a process that I do on every piece of orgonite I have ever had, have now, or will have in the future. And what it does is it actually links them energetically. So if you want to know how I do that process, please do watch the third video. Excuse me. Moving on from there, I've also made a video on how Zen Domes Orgonite work with the chakras to help them be open and free-flowing so that you can get more what you want out of life. And this is the fifth video I'm making, and it's about gridding your home. So if you haven't done so already, please do go back and watch my other videos so that you are familiar with the terms and the different things I'm going to discuss in this video. And also, please like my videos, share them with your friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would really help me out a lot. And if you'd like to see more of my beautiful orgone generators, visit my shop at www.karenholtonhealthcoach.com. Karen is spelled K-A-R-E-N. Holton is H-O-L-T-O-N. healthcoach.com. There's going to be links below. I'm also available on Facebook and oodles of other things. One last thing I want to say about my website is I have oodles of free resources. I've got all kinds of things that can help you with your ascension process, or if you're not interested in that, can just help to improve your quality of life. So getting back to orgone generators, I'm going to specifically talk about the pyramids today because the pyramid shape, as described in my other videos, they absorb the negative energy through the bottom, they concentrate it at about the halfway point, retune it to the same frequency of the crystals before it is further concentrated and it comes purified out the top. Yep, that's basically how they work. So what kind of energy are we drawing in from the bottom? We're drawing in all kinds of stuff that's just not good for us. Cell phones, Wi-Fi, smart meters, any device that plugs into the wall, uses batteries, or is wireless is producing an electromagnetic frequency. Now, these have only been available to us within the last 100 years. So for thousands and thousands of years before that, we didn't have anything like this in our environment, besides a bit, the natural rhythms that come and frequencies that come from the planet, from crystals, from the sun. But those are all natural things that our bodies know what to do with and how to utilize that energy. But today we're being inundated, and then there's talk of 5G and there's talk of 6G. And our bodies just don't know what to do with that. What happens is with these man-made frequencies is the oscillations of the waves are very, very close together. They penetrate our skin, they pass through our body, and they affect our DNA, and they have a deleterious effect on our health. And so what an orgone generator does is, among other things, absorbs through the bottom, retunes those harmful frequencies into the frequencies of the crystal. Each crystal has its own bandwidth. You can look it up. Google piezoelectric to find out more about how they work, but also Google the frequency of crystals. For instance, clear quartz has a bandwidth of about 789,000 kilohertz. That's the bandwidth. And what bandwidth means is, remember I said those man-made frequencies are very, very tight and close together? What orgonite does is it retunes it so that it spreads them out into this very leisurely very health enhancing energy, which again affects our body, affects the fluids and the crystals within our body, and can help us with all kinds of things. So the first thing I want to say to you is I have 3 sizes of pyramids. These are the small pyramids. They're very affordable. They're $40 Canadian. For orders over $100, Canadian orders over $100, there's free shipping. If you're in the States or you're in Europe, you're going to be paying for shipping, but you're going to find that the Canadian dollar isn't worth very much. And so you're really going to get an advantage by using the euro or by using American dollars. So I just want you to know these are very affordable, and these are the small size orgone generator pyramids that I have. Now the medium ones, of course, cost a little bit more. They have feet on the bottom, so it actually holds them up a little bit from the surface. Now the small ones can be placed on the body and are actually kind of portable, so they don't have feet on them. But the medium ones, they do. They have the little feet, and they are $80, except for I have 2 models that are $90 because it costs quite a bit to make them and produce them for you. And they've got specialty clear quartz crystals inside that have been carved. For instance, one is in the shape of an angel. Very, very beautiful. And it's on a base of black tourmaline. But getting back to the medium size, so this is the medium sized pyramids that I carry. And they come in all different kinds of stones for all different kinds of purposes. For instance, I have amethyst and citrine combined in one medium pyramid that really helps. I had them made, my friend make them for me because I get a bit depressed in the late winter, early spring, and those are just the perfect combination for perking up my mood. So that's an example. I've got all different ones. I've got some that help with the ascension process. I've got some that are very soothing, all kinds. Please do have a look at my website. So this is the medium pyramid, and then back here I've got this big guy. This is the large Zen Domes Orgonite pyramid. The large one, this is the only large one I carry, but we're in the process of experimenting to make some other large ones. This was actually made by my previous supplier, another friend of mine. The difference between this one and this one, besides the size, is the mediums have been double dipped. So they're made in a mold, they're built up from the tip to the base, and then once they've cured, they're done again. So there's a beautiful, beautiful mirror finish. But I also very much love this finish, which is just been done once in a mold, built up again from the tip to the base. It's got tons and tons of metal in it, all different kinds of metals and stones, and this particular one is very good for your body and also your spirit and the connection. But we're talking about gridding your home now. So what I want to say about gridding your home is it depends on how much square footage you have for your unit that you live in. And it depends whether your living spaces are on 2 floors or 1 floor. So there's a lot of variety. I have articles on my website under free resources in the section called About Zen Domes Orgonite. I've got all my videos are also there, but I have oodles of articles that will explain to you how, with diagrams on how to grid your home. So a grid, for those of you who don't know what that is, picture in your mind's eye a wagon wheel with a center and spokes going out in all directions and a circle around it. Or you could think about a compass, same kind of idea. And so basically what you want to do is you want to place at the outside edges and in the center your orgone generators so that you are producing a grid within the home. So one Zen Domes Orgonite will protect a certain area. It depends on how much electromagnetic frequency you have. It depends on how many plants you have, the general mood of the home, whole bunch of things affects them, and they in turn affect all those things as well. And so if you're living in a small apartment, or if you're in a little townhouse or something like that, you probably could make do with a medium size at the center and at least 4 of the small pyramids at the different corners of the unit, depending on how it's laid out. Now, ideally you would want to have each floor gridded separately. But if you're just starting out and you want to see how they're going to work for you, then I recommend that you just grid your smaller home or area living spaces with 4 of the smaller pyramids, and then perhaps a medium pyramid at the center. And which pyramid you choose depends on what you're trying to achieve. Now, probably down the road I'll make another video about adding the concept of feng shui to the placement of orgonites in your home. Because there are corners of your home that are better for attracting money, there are corners of your home that are better for family life, that kind of thing. So why not make your electromagnetic frequency grid also correspond to maximizing your potential by feng shuiing your home with them as well. Now, if you live in a big home, then I would recommend 4 medium-sized pyramids at the 4 corners of your home. If it's a very large home, I would then actually add 4 of the small pyramids at the halfway points. So you would use a medium at each of the 4 corners. You would use a small one also around the perimeter at the halfway points. And then at the center of the home, you would want to have one of the large orgonites. And you would want to do that for each floor. Now, not everyone has a great big home, and not everyone can afford to have this much orgonite. I am going to be putting together some gridding sets where you'll be able to save a little bit of money. I'm going to take a look at doing that soon and adding that to my website. So please do stay in touch and check out my website from time to time, because the shop, what I have in the shop, will change. It'll change depending on who is making my orgonite for me. Right now I'm down to just one friend making my orgonite. And it depends on a whole bunch of things. But you want to grid your home with orgone generators for your own protection and also for your own health. Now, I can't technically make health claims about these. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose and I can't prescribe. But I will tell you that they have had an amazing effect on my life. Now, when I'm on the computer, I also will wear the Chakra copper pendant, which is nice and beefy. It's got a big layer of amethyst in the back. It's got a thick layer of copper. It's got one semi-precious stone for each of the 7 chakras, and it's got Metatron's cube for a symbol. And Metatron is the archangel of God who mediates the energies between heaven and earth. So if you have any questions about the symbols that are on my orgone generators, I have a video for that. I've got articles, blog articles in my free resources section of my website. I've got all kinds of information, and please feel free to email me with specific questions. I'll make a video answering your questions, because if you have them, probably a lot of other people do too. So that is really, in effect, how you grid your home. It's not hard. If you've done gridding with crystals or anything like that to support your intentions and what you want out of life, then you're very familiar with this process. Now, when you're gridding your home, it doesn't have to form a circle per se, but you definitely want the corners supported with orgone generators. I also keep a couple at my front door. I keep a black tourmaline for wicking away any negative energy that may want to come into my home. And of course, I have citrine by the door, because citrine is so beautiful, bringing in money and abundance and for making people happy. So yes, please do watch my other videos. I think I'll keep this one kind of short. Again, if you have any questions, please do feel free to contact me. Thank you for liking my videos. It means a lot to me. Thank you for sharing them, and thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Very much appreciated. So I'll just keep making videos and let you know what I'm up to and how I'm doing with my Zen Domes Orgonite. I'm going to make a video on how to use them. So I've got all kinds of shapes. I've got pendulums, I've got a charging plate that is fantastic for placing under a beverage or a fruit bowl or using in conjunction with food. They make the elements of the food more bioavailable. Placing them under or near your water will also restructure the water. I've got spa tools, I've got all kinds of things all made out of orgonite for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you have a loveliest week ever.